Hello viewers, welcome to my channel TechMex. In this video I'm going to tell about the home screen of Inventor professional software. First of all, you can see three sections here: the new and the projects thing and recent documents. In the new, there are four options using which you can create new files. That file can be a part or an assembly or a drawing or a presentation. And in the projects, you can see the list of projects available, or you can create new projects using this projects tab. When you click on projects tab, here you are prompted for creating a new. Okay, so using this you can create a new project, and that project will be represented here. When you double click on a project, that project will be activated. And this section, recent documents, has two things: pinned and unpinned. Whatever the files you use frequently or you think you might miss in the unpinned section, you can add those files to the pins. For example, I have a file with name part1 here. I can pin this file name and that file will be visible here. Hope you understood. And we can also give units in this section itself. You can tap on this settings button. You can play in between inches or millimeters and the standards of the drawings which you are going to use. I would like to use it in millimeters and ISO, and then click OK. And it is already overridden, so I would like to override this. Thank you. Let us now discuss about the part file. If you want to create a new individual part in Inventor, you should use this option. You can create new part using this. If you are not in this home page, if you are at somewhere else, you can click this home button to go to the home page. As I have already opened a part file, we will directly go with this. Here you can see a lot of options, or say features, in the Inventor professional software. All the above texts are called tabs. See File tab, 3D Model tab, Sketch tab, Annotate tab, Inspect tab, and so on. In each tab, you will have panels: Sketch, Create, Modify, Explore. For example, if you want to modify something, then you need to search it in 3D Model tab and Modify panel and Chamfer feature. Okay, in that way you need to remember where the options would be. If you didn't see this part at all, you can toggle options in here and see if it comes or not. If you have nothing except this text, what you call these tabs, then you can click here, minimize to panel buttons. Now there are no sub features visible, so you can click this button. Hope you understand this. I forgot to mention earlier that this field, whatever you see here, is called projects browser, or also feature tree in some softwares. Okay, so let us now discuss about the sketch panel in the 3D model tab. Okay, when you see the sketch, there are two types of sketch you can draw in Inventor. There is the 2D sketch and the 3D sketch. Let us first discuss about the 2D sketch. When you click on 2D sketch, it will prompt you to select a plane. It could be a XY, YZ or ZX. Depending on the direction in which you are going to present the front view of the component you are going to draw, you can select anything. Here I am selecting the ZY plane. I need to click on the plane and I will be taken to that plane now. Here all the sketch options are available. They are highlighted now. So here there is a panel called Create, Modify, Pattern, Constraint. Create. Using Create, you can draw whatever you want, like lines, circles, rectangles, fillets, or the text, the points, curves, whatever. And using Modify, you can alter those lines or those things which you are created using Create tab. And in the pattern you can have multiple things of the same line. If you want to have a circle of some 10 circles by 10 circles for total 100 circles, you can draw it with the rectangular pattern or the circular, the mirror, all those things. Constraints will give relation between two objects in a sketch, a circle and another circle. If you want two circles of different sizes on the same center point, then you can use one of the constraints. So it works like that. Let us draw a line. You pick up the line. Here you are asking to select start point of the line. I'm selecting one point, and you move it this way, and you can either click at some point or you can input the length manually, 25, enter. Now this line is still continuing. You need not to take the feature once again. Now I'm positioning at this angle. Now I want to draw this at an angle of 135 degrees. So what I can do, I need to press the tab button and 135. Again tab button. Now I need to provide the length. Length is 25 mm again. I can have 25 mm or just 25. As I already given the dimensions in millimeters and ISO, so I need not to give the dimension units again and again. Now this line is created at an angle. Now I can directly close this to this point, or I can take to some other location and close it. So line is completed now. As soon as you close the line, you are out of that line option. So now you need to click at some point and you can draw the lines. Now we will discuss about different options in a line. You already learned about the line, and now spline, spline with interpolation, and bridge curve, and spline with equation. I'm not going to discuss about spline with equation now, whereas I will give examples of the other three. Now spline. Spline, we need to have some points, and I'm taking this quadrilateral as an example to show the difference between spline with interpolation and spline with control vertex. So this is going to my first point, and this is second, this is the third, fourth, and I'm closing the spline at the start. So this is how a spline with control vertices looks like. Now I'm going to draw a spline with interpolation. The main difference is in interpolation, the curve of the spline will be right on the points which you are going to select. See, now I'm going to select again the same 4 points. Yes. So if you know the points already, then it's better to use spline with interpolation, because it is very simple. If you don't know how the curvature is supposed to be, but you want to tweak things later, then you can use spline with control vertices. So this is the difference between spline with control vertices and spline with what you call this interpolation. Okay, so let us now discuss about bridge curve. Okay, bridge curve, it forms a curve between two lines. Okay, so this is a line and this is another line. So this is how a bridge curve works. Let us try it again. This is a line and taking this line. So how smooth it is. So bridge curve can be used to draw a curve between two lines. So that's it in this line section. Let us see about the circle. So circle, there are 3 types of circle. Obviously the third is not a circle, it's an ellipse. Center circle. You can select the circle, you can tap wherever you want to have it. I'm taking circle here. This acts as the center point of the circle. Now I need to input, or I can just drag it somewhere and click. So circle is created. Now I'm going to draw a circle of 10 mm radius. So what I click somewhere, I can draw and drag it. 10 mm radius, its diameter is 20. Okay, 20 mm. Oh, it is all showing the dimensions here. So that's how you want to draw the things. And if you want to edit this, let's discuss about the circle option in the create panel and various options using which you can draw a circle. The first thing is drawing a circle using center point. For this, all you need to have are two things: a center point, you need to specify a center point, and you need to specify the dimensions. That's it. The circle is visible. Also, you need not to enter the dimension every time. You can just drag it to somewhere and click. Here, if you want to change this dimension of the right side circle, you need to go to the dimensions and give the dimension, changing it, so 25. So this is how it works. Now let me clear this off and we will go to other types of circle. So the next thing is a tangent circle. There you should have at least 3 lines or curves to draw a circle. Example, I have drawn a triangle and I want to inscribe a circle in this triangle. So I can do that using circle and tangent options. 1, 2, 3. Here comes the circle. And if there are only 2 lines, for example, and there is no third line, you can't draw a circle using tangent method. See, you can't draw it. And the third one is ellipse. To draw an ellipse, you should have 3 parameters, like center point, and then maximum axis or minimum axis, and the major axis. So I'm taking this as a center point, then this is going to be the major axis, and this is going to be the half of the minor axis. So this is how an ellipse is drawn. So now discuss about arc. Arc is done in 3 methods: 3-point arc, tangent arc, and a center point arc. In a 3-point arc, you can have 3 random points and draw an arc. So in this method, the first 2 points would be the end points, and the third point is the center point of the arc. Then when you go to tangent arc, tangent to another entity, it creates a tangent to the another entity. So I want to start at this point and at this point. See, this arc is coming tangent to the first arc, and you can also see tangent symbol here, which we are going to learn in the next videos. The third one is arc with a center point. First we need to give a center point, then first starting point, then ending point. So this arc is done. So the first option and the third option are quite opposite to each other. Here first you give the 2 points about which you are going to have an arc, and then you give the center point. Whereas in the third point, you first specify the center point and then you are going to mention the 2 points. So that's it in the arc sections. Next we will see about rectangles, or the types of rectangles. So usually 2-point, 3-point, and 2-point with center rectangle, 3-point center rectangle. This won't come always in a horizontal or the vertical position. This is used to draw things at an angle. And then slots. Let me draw 2-point rectangle. 2-point rectangle is simply you're going to draw a rectangle across 2 points. So so it will have only 2 points to be specified. 1, 2. You are going to mention the bottom right and the top left corners only. You don't need anything else. Now let us draw 3-point rectangle. 3-point rectangle using this. Let's start at this point. So you have given starting point. Now you should give the width, how much width it should be. Then you should give height, how much height it should be. So this is a 3-point rectangle. Rectangle with 3 points. Now rectangle with a center point. So using this, you are first going to specify the center point of the rectangle. Say this point, and this is how it's going to work. This is a type of 2-point rectangle only, but the area is quadruple. That's it. So then 3-point and center point. 3-point and center point. I want this point as a center, but I want rectangle in this way. You know, it's like a sloping rectangle. So then I will keep center point here, and this angle I want this much angle and this much length. So this is how a center point and a 3-point rectangle works. Hope you are clear till this point. Now we will discuss about slot. Slot is majorly used for creating keyways. Slot, it wants 2 center point, a starting center point and an ending center point, and then a radius. See how simple it is to draw a slot. So just simply where starting center point, ending center point, and radius. I think we have mentioned the diameter here, 50. Yes, it's diameter. Then we will see about slot overall. Here also we are going to mention a starting point and ending point. So how these two are different? Let us see. Yeah. In the first option, we are specifying the dimension only from the center of this curve to the center of this curve. Okay. But in second option, we specify the overall length from entire length. I'm specifying the entire length. So there is a difference which you should not neglect. Now slot with a center point. The third option. This is the center point of the entire slot, and this is half of the major axis, I would say, and this is the again diameter. Okay, hope you are getting the difference between these three things. Also, in one option we mention only the distance between the two center points of the curves. In the second, we mention the overall length of the slot. In the third, we mention only the half length of what we have shown in the first option. Now let's see 3-point arc. So we already drawn arcs earlier. So now in the same place of arc, we are going to draw a slot. Okay. We'll draw this here. So I'm giving a center point of the arc first of all, then starting point, then ending point. Now width. Okay, it's not looking much nice. I will have one another day. Select start of arc. Okay, it is asking not for the center point, the starting point of the arc. So I want arc to start here. I want to end it here at this angle, I mean this radius and this width. See, my slot is ready, curved slot I would say. Now the second curved slot option is a little different from the previous one. Now I'm specifying the center point first, and then starting point, and then the ending point. Now the width. So this is much simple. Yeah, this is very much simple. So yeah, that's it, how it works. We are almost at the end of the create panel. We will discuss about points. So points, it's a simple thing, you need to worry much about. So wherever you want to keep a point, you can just set the point option and tap at that location. Points are used to draw some special curves or arcs. At some times points can also be used as references. So this is how the point works. Now let me clear this off and move on to the next feature, fillet and chamfer. For fillet and chamfer, you should have some objects presenting in the scene. Fillet, I will take the fillet 100, 1, 2. Yes, I have got a curve of 100 mm radius. Now this is not 100 mm, this is much less than 100 mm. So what I want to do, I want to change the dimension to some 20 mm, and I will try if it works. Yes, so now here also. Yes, so I have done the fillet and I can edit the fillet from here. 30. Now the curve has become large. So yeah, good. Now I will try to do the same using chamfer option. Now let's go to the chamfer. Yes, here there are 3 types of chamfers. Okay, equal distance, and distance and an angle, and 2 angles. Okay. Now first do the first one, equal distance 2 mm. 20 mm. If I say 20 mm, from this point here, this way 20 mm, and this way 20 mm. That is how I am going to get a chamfer. See this? I want to have chamfer at 100 mm. And take this and this. So I will have a cut of 100 mm from this point and 100 mm below this point. Okay, now let's take the second option. Now 2 distances of varying distances. One side I want 100 and another side I want it to be 200. I will apply it here, here and here. You can see from this point to this point it is 100 mm, and from this point to this point it is 200 mm. So this is not equal chamfer, and whereas this is equal chamfer. And the third option is distance and 1 angle. I can specify this angle, so that's it. Now we will discuss about text and its types. There are 2 types basically. One is the linear and the geometric text. Linear text, how it works is like you need to select the text option and then click at some point. Now you need to write any text which you are going to display. Linear text. Now if you want to change the dimension of the text, you need to select the text first and then enter the dimension, and you can change, you can play with all the options which you can have to edit in the Word. So the same options you have here, almost the same. Then you need to click OK. So this is linear text. This is how text comes, straight line text. Now if you want to have text at an angle or through a point, let's say you want text along this arc, then we need to select geometry text. I will explain it to you in a minute. Delete delete this text and geometry text. I need to select the geometry, it is here, and then curved text, dimension, size I want it to be 5. Okay, yeah, got it. And if you want to have an offset at the starting, you can give some offset, 5mm offset, and click OK. And that's it. And you want to have some starting angle, you want to have it started at 10 degrees. So here it will leave some space and it will start at some distance. If this is not enough, I can increase this to some 20 degrees. I will reduce the offset distance to 2, and OK. So that's it about the geometry text.